Hi, my name is Raquel Gomez, and this is my adaptations presentation on ADD and ADHD. What is ADD, ADHD? ADD stands for Attention Deficit Disorder, and ADHD stands for Attention Deficit Hyperactive Disorder. Anyone can be diagnosed with ADD or ADHD, and typically symptoms appear in childhood. What causes ADHD or ADD? ADHD is genetic and runs in families. If a parent has it, then the child is 50% more likely to have it, and if an older sibling has it, then the child is 30% more likely to have it also. Children who are born with low birth rate, weight, prematurely, or their mother had very difficult or high-risk pregnancy are also at greater risk. Also, it is important to note that ADHD is not caused by eating too much sugar or watching a lot of TV. Next, there are 3 ways to make adaptations for students with ADHD or ADD. First is through accommodations. Through accommodations, the teacher must evaluate how to make learning easier for the student with ADD or ADHD. Then through instruction, which is the way the teacher teaches, and lastly through intervention, which is how the teacher stops the behavior from being disruptive or distracting to other students. To do this, the teacher can offer rewards through a point system or make the student a chart. They can go over it together daily. A student with ADD or ADHD mainly needs constant praise to help them stay on task. To make classroom accommodations for students with ADD or ADHD, the teacher must use different seating. To do this, the teacher will keep students with ADD or ADHD away from windows and doors to prevent distractions, seat all desks to face the teacher so the students are not facing each other. Next is through information delivery, which the teacher can give instructions one at a time and repeat if necessary. Use visuals, which are charts, pictures, and color coding, to help the student understand the information. This teacher can also create outlines for note-taking and organize the information as they deliver it. And next is through student work. Through student work, the student needs a quiet area where they can be distraction-free, reduce the number of timed tests, and test the student with ADD or ADHD how they work best, whether it is orally, filling in the bubble, or whatever works best for them. And lastly is to divide long-term projects into segments. Next is through organization. Through organization, the student with ADHD must have a system for writing down assignments at an important date and actually use it. Allow time for students to organize material and assignments for home and color code materials for each subject. This just makes it easier, and I think organization is the biggest thing for students with ADD and ADHD because they need to be organized so that they know when their work is due so that they can complete it on time and be successful. Next is teaching techniques for students with ADD or ADHD. First, when you start a lesson, when beginning a lesson, it is important to use signals such as a bell or a song. That way the student knows the lesson has begun and it gets their attention. While conducting the lesson, keep instructions simple. Use visual aids such as props or charts. Allow ADHD or ADD students to take frequent breaks. And then lastly, when ending the lesson, summarize the key points and be specific in directions with the student. Being specific is also key because they need to know exactly what they need to do. You can't just leave it open-ended or else they'll be lost and they'll feel overwhelmed. And in conclusion, it can be challenging to have an ADD or ADHD student in class, but through implementation of these easy steps, it can really help the student stay on task. Also, it is really important to remember to be consistent with the student, follow up with the parents, and listen to his or her needs. Also discuss with the parents what is their habits at home. Are they implementing these same rules with organization and being specific, or is it a little bit of a different situation? And that really makes a big difference in the student and their behavior at home and at school. Okay, thank you so much.